Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again on this edition or episode of Share Your Story. I'm so excited, but before I tell you how excited I am, I need you to do one thing for us. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, this KW Central channel. And I'm excited today. I'm thrilled because I am going to have a great interview for you all today. I am here with the great Miss Deanna Dick, part of the Carolina Expansion Partners.
Yay.
She's in the building. Thank you so much for being here, Deanna.
It's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for agreeing.
Yes,
And if
ma'am.
you don't mind, we're going to jump right in and get started. And you're going to tell us
Let's do
some
it.
stuff
All
about
right.
you.
Let's do it.
All right. So I always start every interview with, how did you get in real estate?
So my get into real estate story is a little bit unconventional.
Okay.
But
I like unconventional.
Thank you.
Okay.
But it's my story.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
So as a family, we were living in Africa as missionaries.
Okay.
And prior to leaving for the mission field,
Uh-huh.
I hosted a huge citywide event
Oh.
called,
Okay.
it was a move-a-thon.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
had met a few realtors
Uh-huh.
and had invited them to
Okay.
sponsor the back
Right.
of the t-shirt.
Right.
We were raising our money to
Okay.
get on a plane and
How
go
about that?
live as missionaries.
Okay.
So I had met Nanette Noel.
Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
she doesn't really remember meeting me, but that's
Really?
okay.
It's
you
all
know.
right.
And
You're here anyway.
exactly. So when I came back to America,
Uh-huh.
I knew I was going to do
Okay.
something, but I wasn't quite sure.
Okay.
I had homeschooled for 22 years.
Mhm.
I had been on the mission field for 15 years. I've been
Wow.
a stay-at-home mom.
Wow.
And all of these things, you know.
Yeah.
So I had decided that from what I felt like was a time in prayer,
Okay.
that I was to go into real estate.
Oh.
So I was
Okay.
meeting with her and some other people.
Uh-huh.
Nanette didn't know I was coming. Other people
Okay.
had invited me. They were meeting with her.
Okay.
She was hosting a little citywide event.
Okay.
I showed up and I'm like, Nanette, I cannot believe it. It's
Yeah.
you. So I pull out my little
Uh-huh.
notebook that I kept all my
Okay.
cards in from
Okay.
people that I had interacted
Wow.
with.
Right.
And I showed her, I said, look, this is you. I said, I was
Wow.
planning on looking for you.
Okay.
And she said, oh, I want to talk to you about Jesus. And I said, I want to talk to you about real estate. And she
Okay.
said, well, okay. So she
Okay.
had me over. She told me about Keller Williams.
Okay.
And, you know, a couple of failed tests later,
Yeah.
I became a real estate agent.
She said a couple of failed tests. I know what that's like. Uh-huh.
Yes, I
didn't-
persevered.
I didn't pass the class exam the first time.
Okay.
It took me 2 times.
That's okay.
But second time, aced it. And
Here you are,
here
broker
I
in
am.
charge. Do the thing.
Yes, yes. I'm trying to be like Deanna here.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Okay, so you met Nanette at a citywide event.
Well, and a meeting about the citywide.
Okay,
event. Yeah.
meeting about the citywide event.
Yeah.
Met her initially, and then years later, you meet her again.
Exactly.
And here you are.
Yes.
Okay, so you said missionaries.
Yes.
And that is not a common thing that people just do.
Right.
Tell me about this whole missionary thing, going overseas
Right.
and living in another country. What was
Right.
that like?
Wow, it was an adventure for
Okay,
sure. So we left for China
Okay.
in 2001
Okay.
with 4 kids.
Okay.
And came back from China after
Yeah.
7, almost 8 years, and
Okay.
then moved to. Then we stayed here for a few years
Okay.
to kind of like regroup, get some kids to college and
Okay.
so forth.
Okay.
And then we went to Africa. We were there for 4 years, and then we came back to America and started all over. So when we
Wow.
came back, when we
Okay.
left, let's start there. We
Okay.
liquidated.
Okay.
So we sold
All right.
we
Sold
gave away,
everything.
sold everything. You know
Wow.
what we couldn't sell, we gave.
Okay.
I remember 5 truckloads being donated to
Really?
a young kid who was he was dealing. Pardon me.
Uh-huh.
Who was dealing with some type of
Okay.
brain issue, and so we took 5 truckloads and just donated to his
Yeah.
mom, so
Yeah.
she could sell those items and help to pay for his
Sure.
surgery.
Mhm.
And off we went, just with
Wow.
our suitcases and our kids, and back
Whew.
we came with our suitcases
Okay,
and our
so
kids.
So you left. You came back the way you left.
Pretty
or
much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So we got back to America,
Uh-huh.
and here we go.
Okay.
So my husband went back to school for a couple of years.
Okay.
I stayed home with the kids and did a couple of odd jobs.
Right.
Very humble.
Okay.
Helped a friend with her mom
Okay.
and picked up some kids from
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
and took them home and waited for their parents. And I got paid relatively well, not as well as real estate pays. So,
Which we're going to talk about.
what I try and, just share with people, my story is a very humble story.
Yeah.
I grew up in a coal mining town.
Okay.
Okay. I did cheer. It was like a Friday nights kind of town. Football was everything.
Big, yes,
and because I did cheer, that was everything to me.
Right.
And so coming into real estate for me was kind of like being a cheerleader.
Right.
Instead of like
Cheering
go team,
those
it's like,
clients
come
up.
on, clients,
That's
you
right.
can do it. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
That's
right.
right.
I love it.
Ready,
I love
set,
it.
go.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I love that. So let's talk about that. Your transition to real estate. Tell me about your rookie year in real estate. How was that? I know you're coming back.
Right.
Didn't have a whole lot. Didn't have anything.
Right.
What was that first year like for you?
So, it was about perseverance and focus.
Okay.
I knew that I could do this. I remember sitting at my desk and, watching other people, their boards were growing. And I was just like, I had my little vision board up of Disney World and, a cruise and a couple of things that I, some of my wants,
Sure.
And, I didn't have any business because I'm not from this area. But I knew that if I just stayed steady, it would happen.
Okay.
So I just made the dials.
Okay.
I did the lead gen, and I'll be
Cold
honest
calling?
with you, cold calling.
You're a cold caller.
And I actually was trained to do cold calling, like when I was a stay-at-home mom, and I did telemarketing for, was an insurance guy or something like that. So,
second nature
next.
to you.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. No is not a problem for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's when you have so many yeses and you have to try to figure out how you're going to handle everybody,
I love that.
But yeah, so that's where I started, just at my desk, making the calls.
Okay.
And of course I have a very supportive husband, and my kids are also supportive.
Yeah.
And I did the things that the Market Center leadership invited us to do.
Okay.
Show up at the meetings, show up in the office, go to Bold, I door knocked. I stood out front of Cracker Barrel and did my Bold 100,
Okay.
It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I love
did
that.
I answer that question?
You did.
Okay.
You told me about your first year, a lot of lead gen, cold calling, and door knocking, and bowls, and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I started off on a Rainmaker team, and I had a really good team leader.
Okay. And that makes a difference.
It made a big difference. That woman knew how to get the job done.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, I learned quite a bit from her.
Awesome.
And I took what I learned and then, tweaked it to my style and my personality and my business, and then kept it moving.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
So how have things been since then? So how has your business grown? We don't need numbers or anything like that,
it's okay.
but she's doing well.
Thank you.
So how did it grow? I mean, you went from your rookie year to where you are today.
Right.
What did you implement in your business?
Well, I had a transaction with an agent that introduced me to Carolina Expansion Partners.
Okay.
And for some people it's this and some people it's that. For me, being on that team has made an amazing difference. Really. The support, the resources, the leverage. And I just work it.
Right.
What they've put in my lap, I do the work. And the results are here.
Right.
So I don't know. Favor of God.
Right.
I must
all
give
of that.
Him the glory.
Yes.
Yep. Sprinkle in the favor of God.
Exactly.
Sprinkle in some hard work.
Right.
Dash referrals
systems and all of that.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
Because I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm a business guru.
Okay.
I'm entrepreneurial, of course. I think you have to be, you have to have a smidgen.
That's right,
of
to be in this business.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do.
However, I would say that it's been amazing support and systems and just hard work that's
awesome.
And support from family too. I better make sure I get that in there.
Yes, which is a great segue because I do want to hear about your family. So you're married and how many kids?
6 kids, 33 years of marriage.
Phew.
Yes.
That's a long time.
That's why I got to keep the ponytail going.
But you must have...
trying to stay young.
I love it. So you must have gotten married when you were 2 because you're 35.
Right.
And
it was a big...
Yeah, and you're married 33 years,
Yes,
so you married when you were 2. So tell me about how you've maneuvered and managed, number one, missionary field, married, kids, now real estate.
Right.
kids. How do you balance?
And grandkids, 3 grandkids.
And grandchildren.
Yes.
Which isn't grandparenthood lovely?
I enjoy it. I really do. I pick them up on Tuesday, take them to swimming and martial arts, and then take them home. And it's like, yes, I love being a grandma.
Yes. And then you take them home and you're like, yes, I love being a grandma.
Yeah,
So
no, for real. My kids know. It's like, and my son has a daughter, so they just know that I'm a full-time, business owner now in life.
Right.
And so I do get the benefit of being a grandmother, but not like that retired grandma that's at home, that's baking and gardening, and
that's later down the road. You got time for that.
Yeah.
But you're making things happen now.
Possibly, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
how do you balance all of this? Are you still dating the husband?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we've got a date plan this Friday night. Yes, we do. When we celebrated 33 years, we planned a week-long trip to Alcamon, Mexico, the Secrets Resort.
Nice.
We had so much fun.
I'm jealous.
And thank you.
Yes.
But, you plan your trip next.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Really, to be honest with you, there's valleys and there's hills, there's triumphs and there's trials, but you just keep going.
Just keep going.
And you reflect and you pull back. And you talk about what's not working, and you decide what's working right, and then you just keep going.
I like that. Similar to what Keller Williams called red light, green light. If it's working, you go. And if it's not, then you stop and figure out what is going to work or what you can possibly try next.
And we can throw a yield light in there.
That's right.
Sometimes you just need to slow down a little bit.
That's right.
So
that's absolutely correct.
And that's how I balance it.
Awesome.
I try and put the phone down at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And, focus on the family.
Right.
Have a couple of nights where we absolutely have to have dinner at the table.
Awesome.
We're trying to implement a game night. My son has implemented a game Sunday. We've done kickball, softball, dodgeball, like real dodgeball.
Right.
Okay, like he had it organized with cones and everything.
Really?
And one of our daughters lives out of state, so she was here for a couple of weeks for a visit. And we just kind of, it's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, but it's a lot of fun.
But it's a lot of fun.
And it keeps you sane and grounded. And reminds you of your why you do what you do.
Absolutely.
So on that game day, I love that.
Yes.
Sunday game day.
Yeah, and it's family and friends.
Yeah.
So, Karibu, which means welcome in Swahili.
Oh, Karibu.
Karibu.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so you're going to have to teach us some of that next.
How that? Well, I also can speak some Mandarin. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't that sound good? I didn't know what she said, but it sounded really good.
I said just exactly that. I can also speak Mandarin.
I see.
Yeah, conversationally. Enough to, if I needed to do a business deal in Mandarin, I could.
You could.
For sure.
Do that.
Absolutely.
I love that. So that gives you some confidence right there, knowing you can do that.
It does, and I just closed my first few deals with a couple from China. So
really,
yes, I'm very excited about that.
Okay, so your experience being in the missionary field certainly played a part in that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I know their culture.
Right.
I just understand them as a people. Right. And even though we would go between languages, English and Mandarin, it was comfortable for them working with someone that actually understood not just the business but their culture.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not just language. It's culture. Once you learn the language, the culture takes on a whole new meaning. It's a whole new respect.
I love that. Love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so you got to do one more thing for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Or for us.
Okay.
I want you to look into that camera and say something to a new agent. Brand new agent, just licensed. They're entering into their rookie year of real estate.
Okay.
Please give them some pointers or some things to do. What would you say to this new rookie agent? If you could look right there, and say something to them.
Hey, rookie. You won't be a rookie for long, I can tell you that. I would say hop in all the way, 100%. If you are coming in as a full-time agent, as a rookie, I would say show up in the market center, ask questions, talk to people, do the things that are in front of you, ask for help. Don't ever feel like you're a burden or it's too many questions. Just keep asking until you get the answers that you need. And don't be afraid to explore your options. Don't feel like you have to be the solo agent because that's where you're going to make the most money. Well, not if you're losing money, because you're a solo agent, you'll know what you're doing.
Like
It's okay
Yes.
to partner with your colleagues in the market center and get the job done. And I would say that if you are a transitioning agent from a full-time career into a full-time business owner, choose one thing a day or one thing a week that you're going to do to help build your business. And then build your business. Get here, okay?
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Gary Keller's The One Thing. Focus on that one thing.
Right.
Yes, I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, I tell some of the agents that I'm working with that are dual career, pass out your business card to one person a day.
I like it.
You know, set a goal for one closing a week, or pardon me, one closing a month. You know, one buyer agency appointment a week, one listing agent appointment a week, one.
Right.
111 will get it done.
Yeah, I like that. 111 will get it done.
Right.
You heard it right here.
Real estate mom,
Yes.
the mom-ism.
I love it. I love it. You heard it from Deanna Dick. Thank you so much, Deanna, for being
My
here and
pleasure.
sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
really
so
appreciate
much.
that.
Thank y'all for listening too.
Yes, absolutely. So, thank you for joining us here on this episode of Share Your Story. Of course, we always ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for our next episode of Share Your Story. Bye, everybody.